So welcome to my YouTube channel. That's what we call The Good Life. It's February and I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I've been starting off over the last month or two. So a few things in my greenhouse. I've got some seeds that I've started off indoors and I've just got a grow light, so I'm really excited to show you that. And I've also started growing mushrooms for the first time, which I'm really excited about that too. So you can start to see how they've started to pin. So can't wait to get started. But if you've not already subscribed, if you could please do so, so you'll get lots of helpful hints and tips all throughout the year from my allotment, my home garden, and from time to time my home kitchen. Now we're in the greenhouse at the moment, and these things I started off I think towards the tail end of last year, maybe some of them in January, I can't exactly remember. This was a first for me, just growing things in like a little tray rather than having them down and in little pots. I saw someone else do this and it looked really good. I thought I'd give it a go. At first I wasn't too sure, but as you can see things are really starting to flourish. I've got a whole mixture of different kinds of green leaves in here, from sorrel to pak choi. I've got a type of basil, can't remember what type that is, but it's an unusual type. I've got, at least I think it's basil. I've got kale. I've got two types of kale in here. I've also got some winter salad leaves here as well. So they're all doing really well. I've not picked any of the leaves yet, but even though it's really cold and I've got no heating in my greenhouse, first signs are they are looking really good. I could take a few off just to put in sandwiches and salads and things, but I think I'm going to wait for them to go on a little bit more. But as you can see, some of the leaves here are starting to get a little bit bigger, so hopefully it won't be too long and I'll be starting to harvest some of these lovely salad leaves to put in different salads or stir fries or things like that. So now let's head on inside to look at the seeds that I've started on. Oh, I nearly forgot my onions. So I started off my onion sets in a tray, which I don't normally do. We've not got a lot of movement at the moment, but they've only been in a few weeks, but I have got one sprouting and I think I've got another one just coming there as well, so I need to be patient with that. But I thought I'd see whether there was any difference starting them off in module trays rather than waiting another month and popping them straight into the ground. So let's head off inside and check out my seedlings and see how they're getting on. So before we head over to look at the mushrooms, let's look at the seedlings and see how they're doing with the lamp that I've got. Now, the reason we do things like this is because when you've got double glazing like I've got, you don't get the right light through the windows, so you don't get the right photosynthesis on the plants. So when you do something like this is to aim to replace that. Now, traditionally, I found these, well, I thought of them, I thought they're quite expensive, they're going to be really fiddly, but I've noticed more and more people using these kind of lamps to help their seedlings grow, and we researched quite a few. This one got really good ratings and the price was right as well, so we went for this one. It was under £20. If you want to get one for yourself, we do have an allotment shop, which I've got to say we do make a little bit of money out of. We'll put a link up on the screen in the description if you're interested. But the plants I've got in here at the moment are, I've got aubergines, tomatoes, sweet peppers and chili peppers, I've got some leeks, I've got some onions that have just started to sprout, and I've also popped my basil plant under here because it looks a little bit sad that I've had for some time now. Now, I found it incredibly easy to use. It literally just clamps onto my unit, so you could put it on a table like this, you could put it on a windowsill, and it literally does unclip ridiculously easily like that and slides back on again. You can move these around really easily. So again, if I wanted to turn that round to help my flower there, I could do that. So it's really pliable and movable. In fact, I was really surprised how easy it was to use. You've got a remote control at the side there, and you've also got this handheld one on here. You can set it for timer, so we have it on during the day and it turns itself off at night. You can change the different lights if you're trying to germinate, if you're trying to make something bloom, or we did the lights that did a combination of all three, so that you can just press the button and it just changes the different lights. So you've got red for more established plants, blue if you're trying to germinate, and we've got it on a combination of the two. So one of the reasons we decided to give one a go was, if I'm honest, I was also feeling that my plants were struggling a little bit this year, more than normal. And I do often buy my own peppers and my aubergines, and this year I've decided to start my own off. My conservatory is still a little bit too cold. There's absolutely no way I can put it outside because we're experiencing really cold weather at the moment. So I thought, what the hell, let's just give it a go. What I will say is we've only had it a few days and already I can see that my plants are looking a little bit better. They're looking a little bit greener than they were before I got it, and I've also noticed some true leaves starting to pop through on some of the plants as well, which was another thing I was really worried about. So I still do have mine on my, this is actually my propagator where I've taken the lid off and I'm still using it as a heat mat, but having no top on it, because obviously if I left the top on it they'd carry on just shooting up, and obviously just put these lamps over it to help them grow. So I'm quite excited about that. Now let's head over and look and see how my mushrooms are doing. So we're now upstairs in the spare room where we've got my mushroom kit, which I'm really excited to show you how it's doing. But just before we start, one of the things we were most concerned about was getting the temperature right for the mushrooms. They're not that fussy, but my house isn't always that warm, and we have a temperature gauge so we know that it's within the scale that it needs to be. If I look on the description here, it tells you what the temperature should be. It should be between 12 and 18 Celsius. Now, I'm not saying my bedroom would get below 12, the spare room, but it might do, and I was a little bit paranoid that it might not be warm enough, and you might be like that too. It's also useful for other things that you're growing as well, to check the temperatures. We also pop one in our freezer from time to time to make sure that's the right temperature as well. So this is a really useful thing to have, a temperature gauge for generally looking after your plants. Like I said, we've had this one for quite some time now, and we can recommend one, so we will put a link up on the screen and also one in the description if you think that is something that would be useful for you. So moving on to the mushrooms, if anyone who follows my channel, you know that I purchased a mushroom kit, and I'd only just bought it. I'd only just opened the box up, and nothing had happened at that stage. I'm really pleased to tell you that we have actually got some movement on the mushrooms. So they have started to call what they call pin. In fact, I think they're doing a bit more than just pinning now. They're really all starting to bulge out. So I'm super excited. My previous experience of growing mushrooms were not very good, and if I'm honest, it completely put me off buying another kit. But my husband was really interested in mushrooms because he kept telling me how good they were for us. I already liked mushrooms anyway. We did a bit more research on the internet to choose the right kit because I wanted to get one that was more likely to work. And this one from the Forager's Table Gourmet Mushroom Company did get a really good rating, and again we'll put a link up on the screen and in the description if you want to get one of these. They do lots and lots of different types of mushroom. We went for the blue oyster variety because it's meant to be one of the easiest to grow and is less temperamental with the temperatures as well. So that's the one we decided to go for. Also, you get really good instructions with it and really good support with it. So it came with really good instructions, and just from reading the ratings, people said if you follow the instructions it will work, which is what I want to hear. You've also got a Facebook page that you can join for this company, and there's also a WhatsApp group which I've used already because I was just really paranoid I was doing it correctly. And the only care you need to do is just to keep it in the right environment, which is basically between 12 and 18. Not in direct sunlight, but it does need some light, so we kind of deemed that this would probably be the right room. And they also give you a little spray bottle of water that you need to spray it with, and it is literally that easy. I can't tell you, we haven't done anything special apart from what they've told us to do, and all I do every day is 3 sprays using the little bottle. Ridiculously easy, and that's it, and then I just stand it back up. So I'm really excited and can't wait to share with you the next part of my mushroom journey. Now, if you'd like to see what else we are doing on our allotment and you're wondering what jobs you can be doing this month, we'll put a link up on the screen for February jobs.